Here is the world news from our studio BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. First are the major headlines for the world news this hour. I am yours faithfully, Morire Rebila Lawal. Yoruba Nation, Afenifere, Ilana Omo Odua tackle DSS over extradition of Igbo. Restructure Nigeria before 2023 election, Jega tells FG. Ilana Omo Odua flays DSS. House of Reps Committee to give quarterly briefing on security. EFCC places Anambra Governor Willie Obiano on watch list. Secondary school students attack DPO in Ogun. And on foreign scene, European Union experts to decide on coronavirus vaccine for children under 12. And for sports, club defends calling AFCON a little tournament. The news in details. The Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization Afenifere and Ilana Omo Odua yesterday tackled the Department of State Service (DSS) for filing extradition charges against Yoruba Nation agitator Chief Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Sunday Igbo, who is currently detained in Benin Republic. The DSS had disclosed that the process of extradition and extraditing Igbo to Nigeria was ongoing. Afenifere, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Jare Ajayi, said that the intensified efforts of the federal government to extradite Igbo from the Benin Republic is a clear indication that the government is not committed to genuinely tackle the challenges thrown up by those who are agitating for self-determination in the country. If the federal government genuinely wanted to solve the problems thrown up by self-determination agitations, it should be able to obey the judgment already given in favor of the agitators and convene meetings with leaders of ethnic nationalities, particularly those from the southeast and southwest, where Kanu and Igbo came from. Such meetings should be convened without delay. Former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Atayu Jega, has asked the federal government to work towards the restructuring of the country before the 2023 general elections in order to address some challenges confronting the nation. Ijega, who stated these while delivering the 2021 public lecture at the Achievers University of Ondo State with the title "Towards Stabilizing the Nigeria Federation," stressed the need for the country to embark on short-term restructuring before the general election in 2023. The former INEC boss noted that the executive and legislative arms have been foot-dragging in making the restructuring of the country, urging them to do everything within the ambit of the law to restructure the country. He said it may be difficult, but it would not be impossible to commence and achieve some forms of desirable restructuring of the Nigeria Federation before 2023 general elections. Addressing new men during the inauguration of Ilana Omo Odua Worldwide Elders Advisory Council, the spokesman of the group, Maxwell Adele, dismissed the claims by the DSS that it has filed extradition charges to bring Sunday Igbo to Nigeria. Adele said, the FG don't have money to pay the fine, and that is why they wanted to quash the judgment. Also, the appeal for a stay of execution that was filed by DSS has not been granted by the courts. The leader of the group, Professor Banji Akintoye, while speaking at the event, noted that the Advisory Council became important to liaise with traditional rulers and other stakeholders towards ensuring that self-determination comes to reality. Akintoye added, "We are ready to fight for Yoruba Nation, and until we succeed, there are some things the elders can do that the youth cannot do. Of course, the youth are also key towards the realization of Yoruba Nation through protests, rallies, social media, and others, but they also need the elders to champion the cause." The resolution followed a motion of urgent public importance on the kidnap of some persons and murder of one along the Kaduna-Abuja road on Sunday. The lawmakers lamented over what they described as the worsening state of insecurity, despite huge amounts allocated to security. Bandits had attacked the Kaduna-Abuja highway, killing a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress APC, Segil Amidu. Amidu, who was a former director of protocol in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), recently ran for the governorship position in Zamfara State and is said to have had his eyes on the seats come 2023 elections. He was reportedly wounded fatally by bullets from the guns of the bandits who shot periodically, leaving several others injured during the process. Witnesses say the gunmen also kidnapped many travelers and carted away some valuables they could instantly lay their hands upon. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has placed the incumbent governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, on a watch list ahead of the handover of government in the states. This was contained in a letter to the Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS), dated November 15, 2021. The EFCC requested the immigration to place Governor Obiano on a watch list and inform it anytime he is traveling out of the country from any of the international airports, as well as other points of entry and exit. It is, however, not clear why the anti-graft agency placed the governor on a watch list. Sources told Channels Television that the move was an indication that the agency may be discreetly investigating the governor and possibly have intelligence that he was planning to escape after handing over power to his successor, Professor Charles Soludo, on March 16, 2022. Sitting governors in Nigeria have immunity from criminal prosecution while in office. A divisional police officer attached to Obantoko Division SP, Alimeke Ignatius, was attacked by some secondary school students in Abeokuta, the Ogun State's capital, on Tuesday. It was gathered that students of Egba High School and Ashero High School engaged themselves in a bloody clash that led to civil disturbance in the Abeokuta-Ibadan highway. The DPO was stoned by the students who were on a mission to contain the unrest, while some of his officers were absconding. The police officer Abimbola Oyeyemi confirmed the incident that the DPO was hit by stones when they were throwing stones and other objects at themselves during the fight. Meanwhile, the state chapter of the Police Community Relations Committee (PCRC) has condemned the attack, describing it as uncivilized and unwarranted. And to foreign, coronavirus vaccine for children under age of 12, the European Union (EU) will soon make its first coronavirus vaccine. The European Medicines Agency (EMA) said it will decide on Thursday whether to approve the vaccine for children aged 5 and over. The experts responsible for the decision have been reviewing data on the risk and efficacy of the vaccine in 5 to 11 years old for around 2 months and now plan to finalize their assessments. If the EMA experts give the green light, the EU Commission still has to give official approval, but that is considered a formality. In Europe, the coronavirus vaccine has so far only been approved for people aged 12 and older, but in Israel and the United States, children as young as 5 can be vaccinated with it. And finally, sport news. Liverpool's coach, Jurgen Klopp, has defended his statement where he referred to the African Cup of Nations (AFCON) as a little tournament, saying it was interpreted out of context. Klopp, during a press conference after Saturday's win over Arsenal, while answering questions regarding international breaks, referred to the AFCON as a little tournament. He said, "I have heard that so often that there is no international break on the tournament in Africa. I just want to say, and I think Asia is playing games too, South America as well. Great, can't wait." Responding to journalist Ojoro Babatunde, who asked him to apologize for demeanly regarding the African version Euros, the AFCON, as a little tournament, Klopp explained that it was a way of expressing his frustration at losing vital players at an important stage of the season. Klopp said his comment was misinterpreted. I didn't mean it that way. I know that I would have never think like this. I never understand why you thought like this, to be honest, but that is not exactly what he meant. That was the world news from our studio BGI TV. But before we go, let's quickly run through the headlines once again. It's coming. Secondary school students attack DPO in Ogun. We also brought before you EFCC places Anambra Governor Willie Obiano on watch list. House of Reps committee to give quarterly briefing on security. Ilano Omo Odua flays DSS. Restructure Nigeria before 2023 general election, Jega tells FG. Also concerning the Yoruba nation, which many are yearning for, Afenifere Ilana Omo Odua tackled DSS over extradition of Osha Sunday Igbo. And to foreign, European Union expert to decide on coronavirus vaccine for children under 12. And sports, club defense calling AFCON a little tournament. For you to be part of what BGI TV does on our broadcast on YouTube, Baba Gbagede Imo TV, kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates of our program. And also on Facebook, Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like the page and follow the page for more of our broadcasts to come forth. And on Instagram, Gbagede Imo _22. For advert placements of your goods and services and products and coverage of events and function, call the phone number 070-3822-6160. I am yours faithfully, Morire Rebila Lawal. Have a wonderful time.